One was a mother who froze her children and lived with their bodies for years. The other pretended to be a doctor for nearly 2 decades and unlived his family to hide the lie. These are the two faces of evil. Inside a small Detroit apartment, 2 children lay frozen in a padlocked deep freezer. The mother who put them there lived with their bodies for years, and she didn't even try to hide it. Mitchelle Blair was a single mother of 4. She lived in a rundown townhouse on Detroit's east side. To outsiders, she was struggling. The power was often out. Rent was unpaid. But what was hidden behind her freezer door was something darker. March 24th, 2015. A court officer arrived to evict Blair for unpaid rent. As they opened her freezer, buried beneath frozen food and black trash bags, were the bodies of her 2 children, 13-year-old Stoney Ann Blair and 9-year-old Stephen Gage Berry. They'd been in there for over 2 years. Mitchelle Blair confessed almost immediately. In court, her words were cold, blunt, and unapologetic. She said she killed Stephen in 2012, then killed Stoney in 2013. She claimed they had sexually abused her youngest son, though no evidence ever supported that. Her 2 surviving children said they were forced to lie, and that she threatened to kill them too if they disobeyed. She didn't just kill them, she beat them, burned them, starved them, then wrapped their bodies in plastic and placed them in a deep freezer, just steps from where she and her other kids ate and slept. Neighbors suspected nothing. Family members thought the kids had gone to live elsewhere. But all along, they were still in that house. In June 2015, Mitchelle Blair was sentenced to life in prison
I want to
without
say,
parole.
prosecutor, I can't see your face, but I wish I could. You discussed me, the Dorsey family discussed me, because how dare you say that didn't happen to my son? You weren't there. Y'all was never there. You were the absentee people. How dare she say that? How dare she say it's no evidence?
It's my turn to talk. It's my turn to talk. After all is said and done, you imposed the death penalty on your own children.
I did.
And you readily admit it, and you want to take responsibility of it. You're therefore sentenced to the Michigan Department of Corrections for the rest of your life without the possibility of parole, meaning, of course, that you will never get out. The people still have remaining counts
In court, she said, and I quote, "I don't regret killing them." Her face showed no sadness, no fear, just rage. Today she sits in a Michigan prison, and the world is still haunted by the mother who lived with her victims and called it home. They trusted her to protect them, but she became their executioner. Some monsters don't hide under the bed. Sometimes they sleep in the room next to you. Second face of evil, Jean-Claude Romand. He said he was a doctor, a respected researcher, a loving father. But for 18 years it was all a lie. And when that lie was about to be exposed, he did the unthinkable. Jean-Claude Romand lived a picture-perfect life in France. A kind, soft-spoken man, married, 2 children, a beautiful home. He claimed to work for the World Health Organization in Geneva. Every morning, he'd leave the house in a suit and tie. But the truth, he never worked a day in his life. Romand dropped out of medical school in his 2nd year. He never graduated, never got a degree, and for nearly 2 decades, no one suspected a thing. Each day, he'd drive to Geneva, but instead of going to work, he'd sit in parking lots, walk around lobbies, or nap in his car. He told everyone he was a busy researcher, but in reality, his days were filled with nothing. He survived by lying to his family and friends, told them he could invest their money in Swiss accounts. They trusted him, and he used their life savings to fund his own. On January 9th, 1993, Romand snapped. First, he beat his wife to death with a rolling pin. Then, he calmly tucked his 2 children into bed and killed them while they slept. He drove to his parents' home and shot them both. Then, he met with his mistress, tried to strangle her, but she managed to escape. Finally, he returned home, took sleeping pills, doused the house in gasoline, and lit it on fire. But Jean-Claude Romand survived. But in a move that outraged many, Jean-Claude Romand was released on parole in 2019 after serving just 26 years. He now lives in a monastery in France, protected from the public eye, quietly finishing the life he once built on lies. He pretended to heal the sick, but only left a trail of destruction behind. Thank you for watching the end and beginning. Stay tuned for more.